The auction hangar at Varian Orbital Market hummed with the metallic echo of machinery and murmuring bidders. Traders, mercenaries, diplomats, and star tourists circled the displayed ships like hungry insects orbiting a lamp, but Captain Arvin Hale, retired from the Human Frontier Corps, noticed none of them. His eyes stayed fixed on one particular vessel, the XK-77 Long-Range Explorer, shimmering under blue scanning lights. For a man who had spent half his life drifting between stars, the idea of owning a ship that was truly his felt like a second chance's path to silently disappear into unknown sectors where memories couldn't follow. He stepped forward, scanning the hull for flaws. Behind him came the heavy clank of chained footsteps. He didn't turn, not until he heard a trembling voice, deep, feminine, rough like stone dragged across metal. "Human, please, don't buy the ship." Arvin froze, because no one at an auction told you to not buy something unless they were the product being sold instead. He turned around and saw her, a dragon woman, one of the rare Draketheri subspecies, stood caged in a reinforced grav field. She was taller than him by a head, her scales a dusty shade of crimson and gold. Her horns curled elegantly behind her head, and her wings, though folded, looked powerful enough to smash through his memories of war. And she was, well, plump. Not grotesquely so, just broad, thick, muscular, and sturdy in a way that suggested she'd been overfed in captivity, yet starved of respect. Her amber eyes locked on him. "Buy me instead," she whispered, desperation cracking her voice. "Please," Arvin blinked. "What? I'm not here for a slave." Her wings twitched as if flinching. "They will sell me to a warlord, or worse, a breeder." Her voice grew quieter. "You're the only one who looked at me and saw a person." Arvin scoffed under his breath. "I didn't even look at you." "That's why," she replied. "I'm used to being stared at like cargo. You ignored me like a soldier ignores another soldier's scars." Something in her tone hit him harder than he expected. Arvin tried to step away, but she leaned closer to the grav field, her voice a trembling plea. "Human veteran, buy me. Don't let them decide my fate." He turned fully toward her this time. "How do you know I'm a veteran?" Her nostrils flared as she inhaled deeply. "I can smell war, and regret, and loneliness." He hated how accurate that was. The auctioneer, noticing the interaction, hurried over. "Ah, sir, interested in slave lot 49? Very rare Draketheri female heavy-grade physique. Excellent regenerative ability. I'm not interested." Arvin growled. The dragon woman exhaled shakily. "She's lying," the auctioneer chirped. "She says that to every bidder." The dragon woman glared. "I said it only to him." Arvin rubbed his forehead. "He came here for a ship. A way out, peace. Buying someone, anyone, was the opposite of peace." He turned to walk away, then heard the faintest whisper, "I don't want to die in chains." His boot hesitated mid-step. Memories slammed back human prisoners he'd failed to rescue. Colony civilians trapped under alien slavers. Soldiers screaming as blast doors closed. Arvin swore softly. "Damn it." He spun back toward the auctioneer. "How much?" "For the Draketheri?" "Ah, well, she's unusual stock. How much?" Arvin repeated, voice cold. The auctioneer named a number that would bankrupt a sane man. Arvin sighed, then transferred the credits. "Release her." A new PR Ogaleum, the grav field, collapsed with a snap. The dragon woman stepped out slowly. Trembling like a creature expecting a blow, Arvin raised both hands. "Relax, I'm not your owner." She tilted her head. "You bought me. That makes you my owner." "Not for long. I'll free you once we're off station." She blinked, stunned. "Why?" "Because people shouldn't be owned," Arvin muttered. A strange, soft smile flickered across her reptilian lips. "What's your name?" Arvin asked as she hesitated. "Thrsala, but most call me Beast or Cargo." "Well, Thrsala, stay close. We need to leave quickly." She followed him through the market, her heavy footsteps echoing like distant thunder. Some people stared. Others sneered. A few stepped aside in fear. Arvin noticed her shrinking into herself. Folding her wings, small dotted, bothered him more than he expected. When they reached his rented shuttle, she paused at the ramp. You really intend to free me? Yes, her voice dropped. Then, what do you want in return? Nothing. She stared at him like he'd spoken an alien language. I don't understand humans. Me neither, he said dryly. The CO on IFSSO. Arvin powered the engines while Thrasala sat awkwardly on the floor because the seats were too small for her. As they lifted off, she suddenly spoke. You should have bought the ship instead. I still might, Arvon said. After you're safe, you wasted everything on me? It wasn't a waste. She studied him quietly. You think I pleaded because I wanted freedom. But that wasn't fully it. Arvin turned slightly. Oh? Her tail curled nervously. I sensed something in you. A purpose. A fire barely alive. I thought, maybe if someone like you freed me, I could find my own purpose too. Maybe we'd help each other. Arvin didn't respond. She swallowed. And, yes, I'm fat. Most humans find that funny. Or repulsive. I thought you'd laugh. But you didn't, not once. He looked forward. Again, I don't laugh at people who are hurting. Thrysala's voice softened to a fragile whisper. I wish more humans were like you, he almost smiled. The freedom me and T-Wen. They reached a quiet asteroid outpost. Arvin lowered the ramp. This is neutral territory. No slavers. You're free. Thrysala didn't move. You're releasing me now? Yes, she stepped forward slowly. Her claws clicking on the metal floor. Then she stopped right at the edge. Her wings trembled. If I leave, will you disappear again, veteran human? Arvin looked puzzled. You don't owe me anything. That's not what I asked. He hesitated. I don't have plans, she nodded. Then I will make one. Before he could ask what she meant, she stepped off the ramp into the starlit dust of the outpost. She inhaled deeply, her first breath as a free being. Arvin felt something. Warm tug in his chest. Something he hadn't felt since. Before the war, Thrasala turned back to him. I choose to stay with you, she said. Firmly, not as property, as someone who owes you her life. And maybe, her voice softened, as someone who can give your lonely fire a reason to burn again. Arvin swallowed hard. Well, he said quietly, if you're staying, we'll need a real ship. Thrasala grinned, a wide, sharp-toothed, surprisingly beautiful smile. Then let's go buy one together?